Welcome back to Potatoes, to episode 8 of Empyrion Galactic Survival Multiplayer, Grampus Gaming, Lost City of Soul server. Really gotta think about that every time. But we're starting this episode on a rather purple planet, as you can see, or purple atmosphere as it turns out. This is Kepler 666. As you can see in front of us, the original old base that was here is still in fact here and up and running. Have to keep an eye on it. There's really not much to it, but we're going to be participating in some activities on this world. We will certainly be doing some harvesting at fairly decent size amounts in most cases, 17,000, 14,000, etc. So we'll be able to leave our auto miners going for a little while. Drone base is also kind of ahead of us. We're right along the map border to the back of the ship. Should actually get in the cockpit just to get an outside view. But basically, this island behind us is cut in half by the map border. So we'll put the base right in here, because we will be placing a base, one of the ones we have ready. I'm running bullets for it at the moment, but we'll be placing it in just seconds for you. We will be placing the travel base, which is the mid-range base. It does have solar panels. We'll see how they work here, and 30mm and 15mm weapons. It's about 30 by 30 squares, you can see, so it's not really big enough for most capital vessels, but it's good enough for small vessels, etc. And as you can see, it's a pretty flat area. This pond that the capital vessel is currently sitting in, the ground is entirely flat, so that is great. Be super for the water as well, since we can no longer make our hydrogen or oxygen generators. So this will be where we'll set up. And as I start off light exploration in the area, leaving our little gooey guys up, we did run into some experience in a little danger zone here. You'll notice my hotbar is empty, and there's a skeleton here. I'm going to use that as a marker. We don't want to go over this hill, because there is a base that direction which is in range. This Drazi rocket factory, or excuse me, robot factory. So we'll have to go take care of that. So we have to get our body back and get our goodies. Let's see if we can take the drone across the map. I don't know if that will work. Apparently it does. Though it is not updating the map, is it? Okay. So we'll step forward very closely. Very closely. There's our pack over there. So come on, go back through the map. I'm kind of stuck. Gotta be careful. Am I stuck in between the map? It looks like I am. Hey, oh, they're shooting at me. Alright. So there you have it, they're shooting. I think I can do this quickly though. We'll just have to let them calm down, step across, loot quick, and back through. It's right here. Oh boy. And there's beasties there. Well, the beastie got blown up at least. But this is going to be a challenge. It's costing me a few deaths. I guess maybe I'll have to take the ship out and just take out those weapons. That's perhaps the best way to go. So I will prep up on a ship and bring you back. So up we go. We will take the top-down approach as I have done previously. take out those heavy cannons so we can get our loot. I don't want to be losing my weapons and all that. And base is up ahead. We'll set up for rockets. Hopefully we're high enough up that they won't shoot right up before we can line them. Okay, 400, pretty good. Backpack right under so we can see the white marker even though it's not labeled. Alright. Coming down in. Swooping in. I think those 4 are the cannons as we're getting closer. Ha! Weapons weren't loaded, great. Okay, I think the double explosion, yeah, it's going, okay. Yeah, these are them. Surprised they're not shooting back at all, but I'm not complaining. Definitely something, yeah, they're shooting, okay. Something I make use of, as you can see, but with that said, it would be nice to see them fix that, because I'm sure that is not the intended effect of the limited arc on the weapons. Okay. I'm not sure if that's an entrance. Is there anything else shooting at me? I don't think so. Okay. Now, let's go get our body. This way. Yeah, lost track of where it was. Let's see. I'm gonna have to open the maps. I want to go basically to the west. There it is. Getting screwed up flying backwards, kind of, but now, is there any more hostile species running around? I know one got blown up, but alright. I think we should be alright. Stand up, F5, get our loot, get out of Dodge. Here's something screeching at me and hitting me. Hey, ow, doggone it. Yep, typical day in the rat world. Yes, it is. Okay, well, step 1, I was able to jump across and get in the ship. Of course, we got poisoned, so I will go recover that since we still don't have our goodies. Not the best landing, but say la vie. Run in. Oop, wrong way, dummy. I'm not sure which one does the poison, but I know one does. I want to say it's the toilet. Actually, it's poison bite, isn't it? It's not. It's food poisoning. Yeah, okay. Thought I had all the medical things out here. I guess maybe I don't. So be it. Inside we go. We'll heal up and shoot that guy and get our stuff back. Kind of a rough start. Yes, indeed. Rough start to an episode. Some dangers of the map border certainly are displayed in this instance. Let's see, I kind of forget where my stuff is. Here. Not that one. Maybe one of these guys. I can never remember which does which, or you end up clicking them all. There we go. Okay. So, get back in the ship and go take care of business. Okay, goof recording a little bit, but As you can see, I'm flying in. I've killed 2 of the guys already. One backpack just disappeared. I hope that was the one that I did loot. I imagine it was, but just making, so I did kill 2 of them. And I think that's all that was here. Not getting shot at by anything. Oh, I see another running around over here, so we'll kill this guy too. Where'd he go? This fog makes it difficult to see, kinda. Die. Okay, he's gone. Was it radiated fog? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Pretty sure my radiation in my suit is enough for it, but have to keep an eye on that when I get out. Okay, hopefully it won't go floating backwards. See, I shouldn't even have said that. At least it didn't get in the water like it did the last time that occurred, a couple episodes. Okay. Well, back to business. Now we know we can at least step over without getting roasted by this thing, but we'll have to give this some attention very soon, as he deserves it, certainly. There is another base as well, which we'll fly over to briefly, that is in sight. I'm not going to disable it quite yet, but as we get ahead of the ship, it appears on the map, you'll see. So this will be slightly out of range of the base, which is fine. And if we step over this rise here, there are nasty critters on foot. I think it was this rise, yeah. This is, I almost died here, but not quite. You can see the base is also shooting, so we'll leave that active and let it do its thing. That'll be nearby our launch point for this world. So now that our corpse is collected, we will head out and get some stuff done. We're making bullets right now, as you can see. Over in our main inventory, these are bullets for the base itself, along with oxygen and the like, which I think I'll just stick in a storage box for the moment, while we're making more 15mm bullets for the emergency vessels. I will place on top a couple of the bugs, which I'll have nearby, just in case. But in the meantime, we will head out and explore the map a little bit, though the map is fully uncovered, likely by Mesmo, certainly by others in faction that have been here, but we'll go out and drop down some auto miners on some of these guys, starting with this cobalt up here where I had set a waypoint just to check out the edge of the map. We found this location, so we'll set the base there, but first we'll get the auto miners going so we can start harvesting that, as that will be a multi-day process. And as you can see, we are at this cobalt deposit, but there are things moving around, so there's more to kill. Take a look at the server. As you can see, currently Keller and Legend are playing. They're on their planet Mars, while I'm here messing around on Kepler, but just wanted to take a look. We're at, what, 726 kills and 30 deaths, so we'll see where I am when I am done with this, because the planet is still relatively untamed, as we experienced earlier in the episode. Well, I've got caught off guard, and I'm trying to spawn near the ship. This may be a bad idea. I've already died once trying this. As you can see, they're kicking my butt before I even get back. These night bear guys. So that's cost me a couple more deaths, but we've got a bunch of auto miners down at least. So I'll give you an idea of what I placed down so far, as there are several waypoints in front of us. It's about half of the auto miners we have, so there's more to go, but you can see the Spirit is up ahead of us and the waypoint ahead. So I'll just fly us there and get our ship and our our inventory. And now that we've gotten close enough, you can see our turrets are engaging, so we'll get rid of all those nasty critters that keep causing me the issues. I think it's time to rethink the strategy of the small vessel on this world. It's a little too aggressive for my liking. And we'll start visiting some of our other old friends. Because I parked at such a strange angle, we were sliding down the floor as fast as we were walking forward. Faster, in fact. So, let's see. Move us up a little bit. That should work. Okay. Now, we'll go out the front exit. Get back to our proper view. We'll shut off motion, open the ramps, so we can go out the front. So one poor design with the thin nose this ship has, which I'm redoing in the new version. So you get roasted by the engines as you go down. So our weapons will protect us, and we'll look for our backpacks over here. Thank you, mini turrets. Okay. And put the meat back in the fridge. And then, jeez, gonna hit the wrong key as usual. Meat back in the fridge and devices access. Okay. Go back to the ship and tidy our inventory. Okay, it wasn't the smoothest I've ever done, but it was at a funky angle. But that's okay. Clean ourselves up and get in our other new toy to finish this world out. First thing is first, of course. Head us back home where we should be in our flat little pond before we take out our new toy. Moving on, ramps closed, up and out. I set a waypoint for that as well. Hey ho. And there it is. And this here is why I call it the Purple Planet. No, Purple Planet power, I guess, right? And as we come into home, looks like that base that's near us is actually quite a sizable one, isn't it? Good. Good, good, good. That's nice, yummy loot. It was just that small one that I took out from within range, I think, so. Or one similar to it, actually, because that was a different one that direction, wasn't it? I'm getting confused. Any rate. Fairly level, will spin us around, so our tail's towards the back wall, and drop us down into place. So finally, again, just movement ramps. Worry about the lights, don't need. And down we go to the zombie. Time for land vehicles. Now, this will not be helping our kill count so much. We've actually been doing okay on that. We gained another 30 or so already for 3 deaths. 3 deaths? No, well, 6 on planet actually, so. Oof. This will keep us a bit safer, because it will automatically take care of the bad guys for us. In we go. And off. We'll start where we left off by that silicon. I actually placed a miner down, but I don't think I actually set a waypoint for it. Is it over here, I think? Ah, here it is. Magnesium rather, not silicon, but whatever. So we'll hit over here next. And we'll go from there. So, in the time it took me to grab a bite to eat and return, it appears Mesmo has returned. He is back on server with us, coming back to Kepler 666, which is where his base was, so that solves the question of what to do with his base, doesn't it? Meanwhile, we are departing to make our ride. I'm not sure if we will leave it up or not. I'm going to keep the guns off for now, but we will turn them off when we get on location. Ooh, bright pink purple. Okay. And direction we want to head is kind of a northeast. Raise ourselves up to 3 meters high, and off we go. You gotta hate when this happens. Falling down into the water means we move substantially slower. So I actually cut the video, but you get the idea. Just cruising across the land to find them, and we'll do this and bring you back at the first one set up. And here we come into the next deposits that we will be setting up. Now, here is the big difference between this guy and the small vessels, is that now we can simply turn on our turrets. Turn on the miniguns, which I have set to work on predators. You can see them shooting. Now, I don't know. Take a look, we're at 755. I'm pretty sure that they do not increase the kill count. We'll see how that goes as they fire, but at this point we can just pull in and work right out the back gate in perfect safety, and we don't have to worry about them really at all. Tell this here, yeah, stop moving. Sometimes we get that motion bug, so shut the engines off, and now we won't be moving anymore. But we still have our power up, so it's all good. Drop another one out the back door. Operate it from here, start it up, and off it goes. On to the next. 10 more to do, and then we'll drop our base. So here we are with the last of my 23 down. Have all of them listed as auto down here, so we'll have to harvest them tomorrow. Took me almost all the way around the world, and we'll have to do some base killing before I do the next round with some of these other larger ones that are there. But first, of course, the Drazi is going to fall. They owe me. Nonetheless, we're very near our base because we're actually right down here, so we'll go ahead and cruise back to our capital vessel, I should say. I could say base, but it's not what it is. We're going the wrong direction, almost entirely the wrong direction. 180 degrees out of sync, as usual. Go up this way, we'll come across the green map border shortly. There it is. And we do want to hug the border because we do have those other bases that are not disabled as yet. Now I am at the battle tank, so this would start taking them out, but that's a task for another day, man. Not today. Girthunk. And here we are back at our capital vessel. Go ahead and put the zombie to sleep and get ready to spawn our base. We will wait for the daylight so we can see a little better. So we'll put it right here in the water, as we had mentioned early, and do some light setup in it just to get things going. And that should just about wrap things up for today. And here we are on the shoreline, about ready to spawn the base. We'll head as directly east as we can to keep it as square as possible. Let's see, I don't know if we'll need to pop the drone or not to do it, but let's go ahead up and choose the... which one was it? The coffin. And go ahead and spawn it and see what it looks like. We don't need it to be that tall, so I guess I will spawn the drone up. Hey-ho. We want to settle it down as much, lower it down to the ground. And we're facing direct, so if we rotate the drone now, it at least will continue proper rotation, but we'll go ahead and drop it down. We may need to do some digging on the inside. We'll see how that goes. Okay, it's close to level. See, near the water. Just so we got that nice level area. I guess that's as far down as it'll go, so put it close enough to the edge so we can do a little rampage or something if we choose to. So very sensitive. I'm hardly moving the mouse. Okay, down, up, right there, and boom, it's in place. So let's run up to it as quick as possible and put oxygen and fuel in it. Hopefully we can keep the plants alive, though we may need to adjust them. Oxygen on, okay. The base is now down, there it is. Hopefully we can jump over it, get in. That's going to be a nuisance, isn't it? Okay, there we go. So welcome to the base. We'll go downstairs and check it out shortly, but this again, geez, I can't even remember the name of the thing. It's right, the coffin travel base. It does have, as we look up the control panel quickly here, a fairly wide range of just about everything that most of my bases do. The switchable lights and cargo storage for resources and the whole 9 yards. And you saw the outer shape, but everything is in that clump underground, so it should be relatively safe. Speaking of safety, however, the other thing we need to make sure we have to be safe is bullets. Because now that the base is down, we will likely start collecting some drones and the like. So we do have the bullets made, which we had pre-prepared. put 5 of each type in each of the 4 cargo boxes, or ammunition boxes I should say. You'll notice that it is just the basic bullets to keep it cheap. Nothing. Protect things, that's about it. There we go. So now it will protect itself if we are attacked by drones. Alright, now that the bullets are in place, we'll go down and check things out, see what plants are. Haha. And as I suspected, we may need to do some drilling. I may need to drill the base out underneath. There's an option in the spawn blueprints, of course, for flattened ground. I wonder if perhaps I should have used that, or if this is typical for underground bases. We will have to see. Also water under there as well. We'll have to see what happens with that as well. Perhaps I should not have placed it underwater. But I'll do some drilling off camera and I'll bring you back in to see what I discover about it. At the very least, we'll be able to get down there and use the control panel for it. Aye. Meanwhile, as I return to the ship, I see our bullets are done, so we will go ahead and spawn the 2 bugs in. That way there will be emergency vehicles for anybody who is on planet and would like to respawn here to go and collect their other things. Go ahead and spawn those on top of the base. Actually, I came back to get a bite to eat, so I will do that first. And then there's other little tweak things that I don't think about sometimes. That's why I do dry runs and updates as well. Things like the ramps, the doors. So I didn't do any doors to the outside, though in a way it kind of works out because this will allow me to place a door on the shallower areas. We wouldn't want them out in the middle of the pond, for example, so go ahead and put these in, with these on the outside. I forget how they were oriented. On the inside, let's see, and they're sitting on the outside of it. So this square, like that. Oops, wrong door. We want that door, I think. We match it, right? Is the vertical door? Yes, vertical door. Put one of these on each of the 4 sides. 2 on this one, and then 2 on the other. I should have brought my tools with me for my painting and all that, but we'll repeat the process on the other side, and then we'll have access to the land. Actually, as I've done the second side, I see that we're far enough, it's shallow enough in the water that we'll add entrances on the outside for all of the sides. I think that's really the wise choice. I'll need to make a few more doors, but you can get that down in there. I guess there we go. So I will put them on all sides, so we'll have entrances both inside and outside. Granted, it's still nighttime, so I will wait until the day to spawn the 2 bugs, but as you can see, I have placed some doors, made them red, orange kind of, just to differentiate, so you know yellow is inside and orange is outside. It's like that on all 4 of the corners. So until the day now, I'll simply start drilling out the base. Already started going down here, but it's a matter of drill. We'll spawn the ships beforehand, but I will do all the drilling off camera, other than what I'm doing as we're speaking right now, because I know our time is getting short. That way we will be able to give you a run through of the active area of the base, because it is a very control panel intensive base. Most of the constructors and things like that, all the cargo is only accessible through the control panel. And just as an observation as well, we can see the water level as we go down. We do get the water drops on our helmet as we come out. However, it is still oxygenated. We are in the climate controlled atmosphere, of course, because it is internal to the base. So you can in fact do underwater climate control. Even though we're technically underwater, we still get the climate control of the ventilator. And on the plus side, after we've dug out this first hallway, that's one of the tower ends right there, but it looks like the plants on the inside are in fact alive. So a lot more digging out, of course, but I've gotten into the first of the 4 hallways to the center, and our plants are alive. Hooray! We will need to adjust them, of course, add corn, for example, but that's okay. We will have a growing plot here on Kepler 666 now. Very well. Nice and bright next day. Got about half of the base. Actually, I should say the first level of the base done. There's actually 2 levels underneath us. You saw the cube that we did place underground. Only half of that is filled with items, of course. But in the meantime, coming in daytime, just to spawn the 2 bugs, which we will set as our emergency fighters. I really should set a 3rd one up for our decay base. That's a smaller base, so that only deserves 1. But we'll go ahead and spawn the 2 of them right on top here. There's 1. And there's 2. And then go ahead and load them up with bullets, which we have in our inventory to free up some space and power them up, but they will sit out in the outer reaches as our emergency vehicles. The other thing that, of course, needs attention now that we've got our vehicles in place is the water generators. I did make 10 of them. Hopefully, if we have this base fairly square, which we do, we got facing the right direction, so they're nicely lined up. See how nicely that works? Actually, even looks like we can place them up here. Did I see that right? No, I guess not. Interesting how that... Okay. Yeah, see that? I can. If I put it just right, I can get it almost inside. Interesting. Nonetheless, we're going to put them here. 1. Made 10 of them. 2, 3, 4. I didn't want that in there. Figured I put 5 on each side, but we don't want to put that unless we want to put them all in here. Can I do that? I actually like that. That's pretty good. So I think we will leave them inside the barrier. That way we can mess around with them, even if there's critters attacking. So 5 on this side, and we'll do 5 on the other and start them running. You know how that goes for the most part. Once you're in there, you just... Oops. Yeah, do one that's we're not going to pick up, but just put the fuel in, and I don't have any fuel packs with me. Can use fusion, but I'll use the standard ones because I have found that the large fuel cells will fill the tank up with the use of about 2 or 3 to spare, so that works out pretty good. Pick these up and put them on the other side, and then we'll continue digging. And I'll bring you back in once the other digging is done. So here in the middle of the night when it's dark, we don't care because we're going inside. We've got level 1 done. Basically have 4 corners with turrets on top, all that go down elevators into a hallway that goes into a single center room. And in this room we do have some growing plots, which again need to be adjusted. There's 18 of them, 2 sets of 9, which were set up originally for basically 6 of the canned vegetables, plus our general healing stuff, all our scanners and armor and oxygen, etc. And then we go downstairs, which has yet to be drilled, but through the magic of pre-recording videos, we will just go down right away. It's really nothing that fancy, but down below we have 4 more squares of 9 growing plots, which again will need to be adjusted, but that's okay. And a final evening view from above gives you a scale kind of compared to the cemetery, which you've seen quite a bit of in the past several episodes. It's about half size. Like I said, it's about 30 by 30, I believe, is the deck size of it. So it's sizable enough to spawn any ground or small vessels on it. It's just glowing with the fluorescent lights now. I don't believe I even have the lights on, but in the daytime we will do the last thing that needs to be done to get the base rolling for the faction. Well, as you can see, as the sun is just starting to come up on this final day here, I can in fact land the cemetery on top in order to heal, or repair rather. It does fit over the top of the turret, as I expected it would. On a flat surface, it was planned that way. There are still some predators wandering about, as you can hear from the guns firing, but there's really still 2 things that need to be done in the base. Other than that, we're all set, and that is the faction. I have left them at the private faction. I was setting things up, but we will turn them to old, so everyone else on the server will see them on the registry, as well as have access to them. So there's the base, and we'll do the 2 bugs as well. First here, to old. And the second one on this side. Run, run, run. There really isn't much running in heavy armor. Okay. Set this guy to old faction. So now everything is faction, and we're still in this so purpley pink. Let's take a look in the registry and see if they've shown up. Sometimes they take a little time, or a relog, or reconnect, I should say. There we go. Base Kepler, nope. Okay, that's the other one. Let's see. Coffin Trade Base Kepler 666 says old faction. There he is. I think we're all set. Wow, that's bright. Interesting the way that works. That's why I say this planet is such purple power. There's the sun coming over the rise. Bright pink, purple, red lightning. Oof. I don't know. It's just so bright. What I do know, though, is that I'm okay. It's the world that's all wrong. It's just a matter of perspective. I thank you very much for watching, and take care.